Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, we might not like these weasels who are in charge of us one way or another, but they are. But nevertheless, they are over there and they have authority. We don't. Supposedly we can vote. Okay, good. We're going to wait for the removal of, let's say, General Austin or Mark Milley. Not anytime soon. But we have this guy who's in charge of the military somehow, Milley, Mark, I think is his name, right? And he urges their puppet guy in Ukraine, Mr. Zelensky, who turned rogue, or is about to turn rogue, to take it easy, go back in the classroom, sit down, listen to what we're telling you, and then you present whatever we tell you to present in front of the class. Well, it seems like Mr. Zelensky is having a little bit of a little revolution and he is challenging the master. What do you think will happen? I think will happen how you turn on the light in the kitchen and you see a cockroach running around. What do? Smack! Well, that's what's going to happen with Mr. Zelensky. Not that Zelensky is a cockroach. I didn't, you know what I mean. Anyway, this article comes from Fox News, and this is what happens. The title reads, Milley urges Ukraine to negotiate with Russia, saying chances of total military victory unlikely. So, buddy, smack, come to your senses, go and talk with the bad guys, because we tell you so, and you're going to do that. Well, I don't think Zelensky would like to do that. That's where things go south for Mr. Zelensky. Chairman of the Joint Chief of Staff, Mark Milley, below 86 IQ. Let's put that over there. I'm very concerned. He's defending me, that guy. Listen to him talk. You don't have to be a poet. You don't have to be Dostoevsky or anything like that. No, but nevertheless, this guy should be able to express his ideas in a very direct, concise way. Listen to him speak. He's like, I don't know if I sucked that beep. I'm not certain. No, you did or you didn't. And the answer is yes, looking in the eyes, or no, without blinking, because that's kind of like a lie. You know what I mean? Watch your body language as well. Don't be, no. Not like that. All right? So become a better liar, Mr. Milley. I teach you. Read a few books and train yourself and go to the KGB school of deceiving, or to go to Mossad. Mossad is as good as KGB, maybe better. All right, so Chairman of the Joint Chief of Staff, Mr. Mark Milley, urged Kiev and Moscow to find political solution as the winter months loom, warning that the chances of a total military victory was unlikely. All right, and I'm quoting Mr. Milley, so I feel so honored. You want to negotiate from a position of strength. Russia right now is on its back, Milley told reporters following the 7th session of the Ukraine Contact Group. And I'm quoting again. The probability of Russia achieving its strategic objectives of conquering Ukraine is close to zero. Remember, this guy is the chairman of the Joint Chief of Staff. Did you hear, have you ever heard, ever in your life, any of the following persons? Putin, Zakharova, what's his name, Sergei Lavrov, Peskov, what's his name, the military, right now it's like, it escapes me. Did you hear any of the guys in charge saying anything about Shoigu? Did you hear any of these guys saying, we will conquer Ukraine, we're going to take over? Have you ever? If you said that, I will get this little thing here, and I will go, back, click, all right? But I'm going to work hard over there, all right? If you heard that, all right? Well, you don't know if I already did it, so it's nothing to cut. Anyway, let's go over here. So strategic objectives to conquer in Ukraine is close to zero. But he also warned that Russia's ability to pull more men into its ranks, despite substantial losses, and the fact that it still occupies roughly 20% of Ukraine, meant the war would not end anytime soon. And I'm quoting again Mr. Milley. Now, Ukraine has had great success, end quote. He continued, referring to recent gains in Kharkiv and Kherson. And I'm quoting again, but Kherson and Kharkiv are relatively small. You're not supposed to say that. Or anyway. So, he continues, in terms of probability, wow, he's looking at probabilities and possibilities. So, in terms of probabilities, the probability of Ukrainian military victory, of a Ukrainian military victory, defined as kicking the Russians out of all of Ukraine, to include what they claim is Crimea, is not high militarily, he added. I don't think either, but anyway. So, Milley made headlines last week when he suggested peace talks could begin between Kiev and Moscow after Ukraine's armed forces saw another major success when Russia withdrew from Kherson. Milley and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, these are like, those two guys, Lauren and whatever in the 1920s, 30s, Larry and whatever, the fat guy and the thin guy, comedians. Anyway, Milley and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin doubled down on these suggestions after the general faced some criticism for allegedly muddling Washington's position when it comes to U.S. support for Ukraine. Both security officials pointed out that while there may be some tactical advantages to fighting what the hell is going on? To fighting once the ground has frozen over, winter weather in war typically has a slowing effect. And I'm quoting again, President Biden and President Zelensky himself has said that at the end of the day it will be a political solution. Milley said, and I'm quoting again, if there's a slowdown in the actual tactical fighting, if that happens, then that may become a window possibility. It may not. What the hell? I'm not for a political solution, or at least the beginning of talks to initiate a political solution. Milley said that Russia occupies an area of roughly 560 miles in length and 50 miles wide of Ukrainian territory. And I'm quoting again, it's not a small piece of ground, he added. Kicking the Russians physically out of Ukraine is a very difficult task, end quote. Zelensky has said that will not engage in peace talks with Russia until they withdraw all forces from Ukraine, including Crimea, and pay for the war crimes they have committed. That's a non-starter, I guarantee you that, and the Russians will not agree with that. I mean, are you crazy? I mean, they have history, and they will have to tell their grandchildren and great-grandchildren how they lost against the United States on the territory of Ukraine. No, they will not do that. No. And if they will go to that point, they will to the point where they really lose badly, they will, probability is that they will call for a general mobilization. I guarantee you that we will see something that we've never seen since the Second World War in terms of army. Anyway, Milley is right. I have to agree with his assessment. And I think they should go and talk with the Russians. Or, what's the other option? The West will get tired and will decrease their help. And if you decrease your help, then Zelensky and his clique will lose. Now Zelensky has to follow orders, and he will. If not, he will be removed from outside order with inside troops. What do you think those guys around him, masked people, his bodyguards, his protectors, who do you think pays those? Who are those people? Who do you think they answer? Those people over there answer one thing. The first one is money. The second one is, let's say, love of your country. I don't even know that those are Ukrainians. Okay? Let's start with that one. So anyway, if they're Ukrainians, someone is in charge. It's not Zelensky, and it's not Zmihal or Reznikov. These are not the guys who say, okay guys, I'm the boss, I give you the money right here. Who is the guy in charge? The military? The intelligence? Zimbabwe? Someone, but not Zelensky. So he's a sitting duck. As I said before, Zelensky is over there so they can make sure he's doing what he's told. That's why are those guys protecting Zelensky. Not to be protected from being killed by the Russians. No, to keep him alive so he can continue saying what he's doing and what these guys are ordering him. And the Russians, if they wanted, I guarantee you they could have sent a few bombs in a certain direction and take them out. But what? Kill a clown, you get another clown. What's the deal? Leave him be. He already got himself in a he dug himself in a big hole. So anyway, the new Napoleon and Alexander the Great of our history. Unbelievable. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.